Welcome to Easy to Love Yoga with Shanna. Today's chair yoga practice is just going to use a chair placed on a yoga mat so it doesn't slip or move around. So let's begin practice by coming seated forward in our chair. So our glutes are on the chair, hamstrings off the chair, allowing us to have that 90-degree bend at the knees and feet flat on the floor. Roll your shoulders back and down and allow your hands to land on your lap comfortably. Let's think about our posture for a moment, sitting nice and tall, the crown of the head reaching for the ceiling. Closing our eyes and taking a moment to notice our breath. When we inhale, do we notice the chest rise and then the belly rise? Exhaling, noticing the belly fall and then the chest fall. Let's notice for the next 4 rounds of breath. Bringing your attention now to the crown of your head. Let's do a scan of our body from the crown of the head all the way down to the toes. Noticing any areas you need to be mindful of during practice and remembering it if at any time a pose doesn't feel right, you do not need to do that pose. Always keep yourself safe in this or any other practice. Completing the scan of our body and bringing our attention once again to our breath for our 4 square breathing practice. Beginning with an inhale through the nose of 4, 3, 2, 1. Retain your breath. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale through the nose. 4, 3, 2, 1. Retain the emptiness. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Retain. Exhale. Retain. Inhale. Retain. Exhale. Retain. Inhale. Retain. Exhale. Retain. Returning now to your regular breath and just notice that you're breathing deeply. Keeping our eyes closed, let's lower one ear towards the shoulder, gently stretching out the opposite side of the neck. One more breath. Returning to center and this time lowering the opposite ear to the shoulder, stretching the opposite side of the neck. One more breath here. Returning to center, lifting the chin high as if you're gazing up at the ceiling, stretching the front of the neck. One more breath. Returning to center and drawing the chin into the chest, stretching the back of the neck. One more breath here. Returning to center, gently opening your eyes. Let's roll our shoulders to the back of the room. And rolling those shoulders forward. One more roll. And let's work on the wrists, rolling them in one direction. And rolling them in the opposite direction. Beautiful. Let's bring our hands down by our side, reaching one arm up overhead. Really stretch and reach here, as if you're trying to touch the ceiling with the fingertips. One more breath here. And let's change sides, bringing the opposite hand overhead. Really stretch and reach. And one more breath. And with a fluid movement, change from side to side, bringing that hand overhead. We're going to slowly add a tiny side bend each time the hand comes up overhead. And as we deepen that side bend, we'll slow down slightly. Reaching up and coming into a deeper side bend each time. Just getting nice movement into the spine. Deepening that side bend. This time, nice deep side bend. Hold for 3 breaths. And changing sides, nice deep side bend. Hold for 3 breaths. And coming back to our starting position. This time, drawing the hands, palms facing each other in front of the body. We're going to exhale, draw the hands behind. Inhale, draw them forward. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. This time backs of the hands face each other as we push away. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale. Beautiful. Let's bring the hands down to our lap. Take one hand to the opposite knee, the other hand behind you on the chair. Sit tall. Exhale, twisting, looking over the shoulder. Gentle twist here for 8 rounds of breath. One more breath here. And slowly coming out of that pose. And now changing sides. Hand to opposite knee, the other hand behind you on the chair. Sit tall. Exhale, twist for 8 rounds of breath. One more breath here. Slowly unwind, coming forward. We're going to do a few rounds of cow and cat breath, starting with the fingers pointing down towards the earth, palms shining forward. Inhale, reaching up as we look up into cow. And exhale, arching the back and drawing the arms behind for cat. Inhale, lifting up for cow. Exhale and arch for cat. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. We'll do one more set. Inhale to cow. And exhale to cat. Beautiful. Sitting nice and tall in your chair. So we're going to take our feet, we're going to extend them forward, toes pointed on a diagonal. We're going to do a nice stretch for the back of the body. So we're going to take our hands and we're going to draw them down our legs. Now if you can't reach your ankles, you can stop and bring your elbows to your knees and hold here. Otherwise, continue having the hands travel down the legs until you get to the ankles. I want you to think about relaxing the back of the body. Starting at the low back, think about relaxing, allowing it to round and soften. Moving up to mid-back, allowing it to round and soften. Upper back rounds and softens. Shoulders round and soften. Allow your neck to relax. Allow your head to have the crown shining down towards the mat. Completely relax the back of the body. Just breathing here, focusing on your breath. Breathing deeply. Noticing where you feel the sensation of the stretch here in this modified forward fold. One more breath here, and we're going to change the hands. This time, grabbing the elbows with the hands, feeling gravity pull us a little deeper into this stretch, continuing to relax everything as we breathe deeply. One more breath here. Bring the hands once again to the ankles. Slowly allowing the hands to travel up the legs. And when the hands reach the knees, let's bring the elbows down to the legs. Beautiful. Holding here for a moment. We're going to reach one arm up, looking through the fingers for 6 rounds of breath. Feeling the sensations in the side of the body in this gentle twist. One more breath here. Let's rotate down and change sides. 6 rounds of breath. One more breath. Rotate down, this time 4 rounds of breath. Rotating down, and 4 rounds of breath. Rotating down, 2 rounds of breath on each side. And rotate, 2 breaths. And let's do 4 singles. Last one. And bringing the elbows down to the knees. And once again, allowing the hands to travel up the legs, bringing those feet in once again so we have a nice 90-degree bend at the knees. Bring our hands to our waist. Let's do a circle in one direction. Just noticing if we have any tension in the hips or the lower back. One more circle. And let's pause at center and let's circle the opposite direction. One more circle here. And pause at center. Now pointing your toes out on a diagonal, let's bring our hands into cactus pose for seated goddess. We're going to draw the palms of the hands and the elbows together in front of the body and squeeze them. Squeezing here, elbows together, palms of the hands together, fingertips together. Let's come into our neutral position. Now we're going to draw the elbows behind the body, feeling the shoulder blades contract towards each other. Coming into neutral once again, drawing the elbows and palms and the hands together as we squeeze. Once again to neutral. And again, bringing those elbows slightly behind the body, feeling the shoulder blades engage. One more breath. Coming into neutral, and this time bringing your hands down to your waist. I want you to think about drawing your shoulder towards the opposite knee. So shoulder towards knee and rise up. Opposite side, shoulder to knee. Shoulder towards the knee. Shoulder towards the knee. Let's do 2 more on each side. This is the last one. Beautiful. Now I want you to grab your chair with both hands, picking one foot up. Let's roll the ankle in one direction and just notice your range of motion here. Are you able to make full circles? And let's circle the opposite direction, and again, notice the range of motion. And now let's point and flex, touching down to the mat as we point and flex. Let's do 2 more. And setting that foot down and starting with the other side, rolling the ankle in one direction. And let's change that direction, roll the other way, notice the range of motion. And once again, let's do that point and flex, touching down to the mat with the heel and the toe. Keep it going, pointing and flexing. 2 more. Last one. Beautiful. And just coming back into a nice seated position. Now touching the toe down to the mat, I just want you to lift your toe slightly off the ground. Sitting nice and tall here. 2 more. And let's change sides, starting with that toe touching down and lift. Tiny lift. 2 more. And place that foot down, starting with the heel extended to the side, slight bend in the knee and lift. 2 more. And let's bring that foot forward, opposite heel touches down and then lift. 2 more. Beautiful, and placing that foot down. Now let's roll the shoulders to the back of the room. Rolling the shoulders forward. And resting your hands on your lap comfortably. This was a short practice today. Our beautiful beginnings. 365 days of new opportunities and fresh starts. Let's take a moment to close our eyes, notice our breath. Doing another scan of your body from the crown of your head all the way down to your toes. Just noticing how you're feeling after this short practice. Bringing your hands together to heart center. Thank you so much for sharing your energy with this practice today and taking this mindful time for self-care. I hope you have a fantastic day. Namaste.